Hey, welcome. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my backup plan. This is decidedly not Picardo at all. We are on Twitch tonight because Picardo is currently down. So, backup plan. So instead of seeing this stuff from my latest shoot, I'm going to be editing some stuff from the two shoots that I did back last fall, the ones, some that I did with McKenna. So that is what we are doing tonight. So, good evening. Hopefully you're all doing well. Hopefully you're all doing lovely. This is a charity stream. We are coming down to the end of the month. We're coming down to the end of this month, which means there's just this stream and then the stream I'm doing on Friday to close out my charity campaign for the Trevor Project. And for those of you who do not know what the Trevor Project is, they're an organization that provides resources and counseling, very important critical resources for queer youth that are facing fear, lies, hostility, discrimination, and just overall just generally being unsafe. In unsafe conditions, they can't be who they are because of anything, really. So if you're able to donate, the link is in the chat, but you can always pop up by pressing, typing an exclamation point donate right in the chat. I'm doing giveaways for every $100 that we raise. Right now we're at $227, and again, fly. I'll be doing that a lot tonight. I'm only doing this as a month-long charity campaign, and it's coming to the end of the month. So we'll have this stream and my Friday video game stream. But you can donate at any time by clicking that link. And if you're able to donate, I absolutely would appreciate it. You'd have my gratitude, but if you're unable to, I get it. I understand money is tight. I understand. No judgment. All I ask is that you share the link. Spread it around, spread it far and wide, especially that we are in the final few days of this campaign. So, rather than editing the images I was planning on editing, again, the streaming platform that I would normally use for that type of work is currently down. So, backup plan. There are still images from the last two shoots I did in the fall with McKenna that I can still work on. There's still plenty left to be done there. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're doing a safe for work stream as opposed to a not safe for work stream. Especially in the light of the clusterfuck going on with Visa and MasterCard and payment processors, and just keep fighting the good fight. So we're going to start with a film image tonight because of course we are. It's film. I love film. And we may be joined by a friend this evening if they appear on the Discord chat. So right now, you've got me. You have me. I think a couple of flies got in while I was doing some work around the house today. So this was shot on my usual black and white film that I use in studio, which specifically is Ilford Delta 100. A whole freaking ass house to explore, and you seem very interested in just buzzing around my head. A whole bunch of cobwebs floating around in the high corners of the... A whole bunch of corners that, they're just spiders tantalizingly just waiting for you to fly into. Do that. Saw that. Okay. Let's see. Any noticeable dust? Yeah, there's some noticeable dust and scratches. Not a whole lot, but enough to notice. So hopefully you're all doing pretty well this evening. I had a very busy last week. Yes, because it's been a week since I streamed. Oh, two on Twitch. I streamed last week on Picardo. But I went to saw Dave Matthews Band. That was fun. Spent a while. Okay. Yeah. Spent a long weekend with one of my good friends. That was a blast. My brain threw a tantrum. That was not pleasant. But, that's what therapy is for. Okay, I think we are pretty well good there on the Dust and Scratches front. Yes. All right, cool. Zoom all the way out. So here's what our image looked like before, which already was pretty good by itself. Now we liven that up. name this? Oh, I always do it on the first one that I edit for the week, for the stream. Wrong field. Very nice. Okay. Let's do another. Trying to look at ones that I have not. Well, before I actually do that one, I want to see what this looks like in sepia. I like that. I absolutely like that. So let's do a sepia export. I really, really enjoyed Capture One immensely. Now we'll do another image from the shoot. Let's see, which ones have I not edited yet? I mean, there are plenty. But which ones are jumping out at me? So did I do that one? That one. Oh, I did the film version of that. No, I didn't do the film. I didn't edit any of those at all. So let's do that. Love this theme. Don't mind me. I'm just having a good time. Really, a whole lot of shadow detail to bring out. We'll do a tiny bit. I see you. Careful, fly. You fly in front of me like that, you might wind up on stream. Seriously, there's a whole ass house to explore. What is so interesting about my head? interesting. Oh, yes, yes, good, good. Oh no, bring that down to 0. You stop. Yeah, there's 2 of you in here. Yeah, you both really got in here when I was doing housework earlier. Wish I knew where my fly swatter was. Oh. Enjoy the comedy while you're here. Although if you're watching this on YouTube, then you can enjoy the comedy as much as you like. Yeah. I really like that. No, I think I like the 2 1/4 better. Yeah, I like that better. Yes, good, good. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, as always, let's do a black and white. My first love. Hold on, let's go back a few. Yeah, because I forgot to do a thing. That's just some schleg on the That's just some schmutz on my backdrop. So let's just get rid of you. Yeah. So now we'll do a re-export. Yeah, we'll wait. You know, it's being you know, once again having rejoined the ranks of Twitch affiliate. It is significantly different now than it was when I was a Twitch affiliate initially during COVID. For one, I didn't have to worry about freaking ad breaks. You just had to pre-roll ads and people watched your stream. Now they freaking interject ads every 16, 17 minutes. And I actually have to be cognizant of that. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Undo that. Set my sliders to 0. Image layer. That's what I want. Okay. I really like how the contrast just punches right the fuck up. I love that. No, no, no. We're just gonna keep that as is. No, I just like that a lot. Cool. Very cool. Oh yeah, obviously. Start with the original. Do I want to do a sepia version of that? I don't know if I do, actually. But we'll look at it. I mean, I still love that, though. I can say all I want. No, I still very much like that, so yes, we will do that. Okay. Cool. We'll do one more from here. Oh, that's why this image looked familiar to me, because the last time I edited these on stream, I did the full body one. That's why it was looking so familiar to me. Let's see. You're a possibility. I did you. What was the difference between both of you? I like that one better. And then we'll switch to the other shoot for a little while. Okay. Tone down some of those harsher highlights. Yeah, we are toning down some of the white here. I do love those shoes. Like, they fit her to a T, I swear to God. Hey, low base! Long time no see. Go check him out. He's an excellent photographer and the head honcho of the web creative community, which is a huge discord of creatives. And I am part of that collective. So there's the link in the chat. Go follow Low Base. Go join the community. Get caught in the web, as they say. Although, really, while we're on that subject, I would really love for these two flies that are buzzing around my head to get caught in the cobwebs that are 6 to 8 feet above me, so that the daddy longlegs I am looking at can have some dinner. A couple of flies got in while I was doing housework earlier today, and I'm going to have to do battle with them once stream's done. So yes, We are doing the backup plan tonight. I was supposed to be on Picarto, editing some not safe for work stuff that I did 2 weeks ago. I did a shoot with my spouse, and I was going to make another pieces of work with the non-binary colors, the 4 colors that make up that flag. But no, the site was down at the time I went live, so we're working on images from the 2 shoots I did in the fall instead. Because, you know, Twitch hates nudity, etc., etc. I just drank some water, bot, but fine, I'll drink some more again. Fine. Keep your shirt on. You and me both. Although I'm sure you're aware of the massive counter response to Visa and MasterCard and other payment processors basically becoming the morality police. Particularly after what happened on Steam and Itch. I mean, it's been a problem for years now, but those 2 are among the 2 biggest names. Yeah. Uh-huh. Like I remember I tried to set up my own sort of Patreon-like thing on my own website, on the website and domain that I own, that I pay for. And so when I set that up, you know, I got maybe a couple weeks into that when the payment processor, which at the time was, I think it was Stripe or Square, it was one of those 2, told me we can't, your website violates the terms of our payment processing service. You have nudes on your, well, basically they said that I have porn on my website, and if any of you have ever seen my adult work, I do not do porn. But I do a significant amount of nude photography. And they said take down the nudes, or otherwise we're gonna cancel you accepting payments on your website for digital subscriptions. I said go fuck yourself, and so that plan to get myself off of Patreon died a very quick death. So I still remain on Patreon. Where I mean, I have a very small but loyal following there. I make enough money there that basically covers my web fees and to allow me to get the occasional photo purchase. Like film and chemistry and whatnot. But, you know, if you subscribe there at $5 a month or higher, you will get a physical print of mine every month, right to your mailbox. So the link's in the chat there. Instagram has killed all engagement for my 3-year. I'm lucky. Yeah, I mean, I got rid of my own art Instagram a few months ago, earlier this year, because my engagement just crept into the toilet. When Instagram basically pivoted to we're going to we're going to turn the platform into another version of TikTok. That's when my engagement there just plummeted as they prioritized video over all else. Like, I'm like, I've got 300 plus followers. How? I mean, yes, I get that. I mean, a lot of your 3D art is not safe for work. But even, like, I wasn't even posting not safe for work stuff there. Just all of my images, period. Like, I had over 300 followers, and I was lucky if any image I shared there got more than 5 likes. Yeah. I decided I was not going to try to tickle the inner thigh of the algorithm anymore. I wasn't even going to try anymore. Oh. No. Back to the image layer. Yeah. Yeah, you'd think, right? I get more engagement right now on 2 other social media platforms that I share my work to. I get more engagement on Blue Sky and on Vero, a platform called Vero, than I will ever now get on Instagram. So I just got rid of my art Instagram. Like, the name recognition of being on a giant platform amounts to dick if no one is actually seeing your work, and that's by design because you're not doing video. I have been on Vero for years, and I get so much more engagement there than anywhere else. Vero is also not based in the US, so Vero is not based in the US, so that's also why it really hasn't taken off here, because Meta has a firm grip on American social media. Oh, I like that much better. Any things I have to edit out? Yeah, there's some dust I've got to get rid of. I mean, I do think geographical location does play a big part of that, but also, you also bring up a very valid point as well. And I left Twitter right after Elon Musk bought it, because I was just like, nope, I am not playing that game. Elon tried to buy love and adoration and got neither. I had a lot of fun with this shoot. It is... So this was last October, and I am going to be seeing her again this weekend, and she's going to look very, very different, because the shoot I'm doing with her this Saturday is a pregnancy shoot. The second pregnancy shoot I've done with her. So yeah, this was back in October. Pregnancy shoot number 2. I'm just curious. I'm just checking to see if Picardo is back up. Oh yeah, it's back up now. Jerks. All right, well, I guess tonight just was not going to be my night on Picardo. It's back up though. So hopefully next week I will do another stream there. Oh no. Hey, Anxious Doe, you live. You do exist. I mean, so that is why, even when I was very active on Instagram, I refused to censor my work. And I used to see a lot of censored work. And I refused to do that. It's not fair to me. It's absolutely not fair to any model that I shot with, because I refuse to perpetuate the idea that certain body parts are bad. I refuse to continue to perpetuate the idea that nudity is something that should be hidden and taboo. Yes, a nice, gentle, relaxing art stream. welcome, Anxiousto, to the backup plan. This is decidedly not me making a non-binary pieces of grid with the images I shot of my husband. Picardo was down at the time I went live. It has since come back up. Picardo was back up and working just fine now. Pricks. So, next week. So I'm editing images of McKenna instead. Okay. I always forget. I have to actually check Twitch to see when an ad break is coming. That is something that's going to take me a long time to actually remember. Maybe if I do it, maybe I just pop it out, then I'll do that. But I don't have any subs yet. If you do sub to my Twitch channel, you get to see the stream ad-free, and you also get access to some emotes. And there's going to be more emotes coming within the next few weeks, as I've commissioned an artist to make some more for me. Because I have more emote slots now than I did when I was previously a Twitch affiliate, so I'm excited to see what they come up with. Alright, let us switch to the other shoot that I did back in the fall. So these images were done last October. Let's go to some from November. So we go to a LARP. Okay, yeah, I already did that one. I knew I did that. 15. Do the color version of that. McKenna and her friend Lily, they were reenacting some scenes from a LARP that they did called The Night in Question. I think this was The Night in Question. It was a Vampire the Masquerade based LARP. All right. you know what? I like that better. Yeah, I like that one better. So before this thing cuts to a mandated capitalism break, just want to remind everyone that this is the last week that I am doing charity streaming for the campaign to raise money for the Trevor Project. I'm doing this stream, and then I am doing one last stream this Friday. I'm going to be continuing my playthrough of Chrono Trigger, and then I'm closing this all out. So I'm hoping to get a nice push toward the end here as we get closer to $500. So if you want to contribute to the cause, type in !donate, and if you're able to, please donate to this great and very important organization that helps queer youth, provide resources and counseling for those who are living in fear and lies and hostility and discrimination. It's something that I wish I knew about when I was a teenager and figuring out my own queer identity and living in a house where it was very, very unsafe for me to do that. Very unsafe for me to express myself. So, again, if you're able to, I'll just pop the link right in the chat. If you're able to donate, I would very much appreciate it. Doesn't matter the amount. Thank you so much. But if you're unable to, I get it. Money's tight. No judgment at all. All I ask is that you share the link. So again, it's this stream and then this Friday's stream, and then and then that's that. And I'm very grateful to those who have donated thus far. That's $227 that did not happen. So thank you again so much. Thank you, Anxious Doe. And yeah, I mean, that could be a lot of fun for you. Oh no, we do not need more black. Actually, I would like to just a little increase the shadow detail. I mean, I intend for this shot to have very stark lighting. So I don't want to go too crazy on the shadow detail, because then you wind up with a shot like that and just no. Then I think the dramatic emphasis goes. All right, you're about to have some forced capitalism. There's an ad break about to happen, so I will see you on the other side of the capitalism. Hey, it looks like we're back from the mandated, corporate-issued capitalism, so welcome back. At least according to my Twitch stats here. Hey! The first sub of my rejoining affiliate, Anxious Doe. Thank you. Thank you for throwing some money at me. I do appreciate it. Or were we ever here? So Anxious Doe, enjoy those emotes. And you'll have access to more of them pretty soon. What's my before? What? Okay, that's my before. That's my after. Okay. The lighting is I definitely like how it's gotten darker in the corners, which is what I wanted. I want to focus that red right there. Because we don't need a whole lot. I still want that very stark, dramatic lighting. Like the film. So this is, I shot this digitally. The film version of this shot looked something like this. I was going at it with a bit of a Dutch angle, and yeah, again, that sort of very, very harsh lighting, almost, I mean, that's there, the edited version. That's still very stark lighting. It almost looks like Hitchcock, almost. I mean, he kind of made that famous. So, Dutch Angle was your other stripper name in college. The other stripper name. You, sir, have a lot of aliases of various stripper names and band names back in college. How do you keep track of it all, sir? Myth, legend, and lore, mostly. So the same way that Mozart's widow helped get the Requiem to the finish line, just made up a whole bunch of shit. I already have a black and white version of this, so I don't know if I want to create another black and white of this, but I will have a look at... No, I don't think the sepia works for this one. I don't think so. I really like that. Maybe he's glad. Yeah, to get rid of the ads. Glad to help you repop your sub. Yay! I'm not a virgin anymore. Again. You vixen, you. All right, let's do another one. do... I know what let's do. Let's overthrow the royals whilst we wait. Let's see. I already did that one. That's a possibility. I like that one, so we'll do that one. And any money that I make on Twitch goes right back into my photography. So, you know, win-win. You help to keep me making art. It's true for any subs, bits, any of that. I know that as I get back into the swing of being an affiliate, I will get back into doing what I used to do, and it's like, you know, certain rewards for bits and all of that. So that will all be forthcoming as I get back into streaming more. It was actually very nice. So one of the images that I edited a while ago on stream was that one, and I very much enjoyed it. So all right, but yes, we have Jacques over here. So I'm gonna crop that. Why, thank you. That does mean a lot. It's good to know that I have fans. It's just very nice to have, even if it's just a small handful. Oh, stop. You're going to make me blush. You're gonna make me all you... How did I ever think I was straight? It's a question I'm going to be asking myself for the rest of my life. I swear to God. How did I ever think I was straight? Generational trauma is a hell of a drug. What the hell was I doing? Oh, yes. What the hell am I doing? Not really much in the way of shadow detail to really highlight in this particular image. This one's a pretty basic image. I mean, we're standing in front of a gray backdrop, and Lily here is ain't that always how it works though? It's always everyone else who are completely like, yeah, fucking duh, we could have told you that. How it's only a shock to the person actually coming out as queer, where everyone else is just like, well, in other news, water is wet. Like, nah, we're not gonna do that. But yay. First sub. Is water wet? Is water wet though? Because I thought things the water touched were wet, but is the water itself wet? I leave that answer to the philosophers and bullshit artists throughout history. I mean, I'm sure if you asked water what it was, it would just say that I'm water. Or it would just repeat water like it's a Pokemon. Oh, that could be an interesting effect. Maybe. I mean, I think mine was a bit more dramatic because I had suppressed that for 20 years. More than 20 years. But there were people that were just like, yeah, fucking duh. But to me, it was water isn't wet if it's... Zing! Well done, sir. 4 for you. Oh, delightful joke, madam. Delightful joke. If I had my Stream Deck set up, there'd be some applause there. That also reminds me that, you know, now that I'm streaming more, I can actually bring out my Stream Deck again. I mean, it won't take much, my dear. Ben Shapiro jokes and J.D. Vance couch fucking memes will always get a chuckle out of me. Okay, that's looking better. Go back to the image layer. We'll do a little, just a drop of desaturation, not a whole lot. My lights are pretty... My lights are... My studio lights are already pretty much white balanced. Fire away. I'm all for some good humor, including the ice cream. How does a non-binary samurai kill their enemies? They'll go on. Okay, yeah. Excellent. Well done. Well done. Anybody's a joke is a good one. All right, you're about to have some other... For those of you who have not subscribed to me, you're about to get some forced corporate capitalism, so I will once again see you on the other side of the ad break. We'll be back after these messages. Okay. But for those of you who now have a subscription, and therefore are not subject to the forced capitalism, are you enjoying yourself? It's like secret conversation. Secret chat, yes. Secret chat for the next 40 seconds. Well, I always appreciate it. I had a thought and then it went away. Oh yeah, I was doing the HDR stuff. I don't think we need to do this anymore. So let's see what the image looks like. Oh yeah, that is a lot better. Yeah, we brought out some shadow detail. Okay. Hey, now we're the forced capitalism's done. We're all back.
The next ad break is in 15 minutes, so...
Stand clear of the closing doors, please. So I just started a new book. I'm reading some. I'm right now in a Carl Sagan phase. I'm just eating up anything by Carl Sagan, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. So I'm reading Cosmos. That was the companion book to his 1980 series. Oh god, no. No. Let's not do that. Was not expecting that. Because let's see what happens if we reduce all the red. Oh my god, your face! Actually, I think because the gray is so prominent in the original image, I don't think turning this black and white will actually really do much, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. I mean, I absolutely recommend. I mean, I say the book is a companion. It's to the series, so a lot of the stuff that's in the series will also be present in the book. there's not a whole lot of new information. At least in what I've read so far. I've only read the first few chapters. Thank you, Bot, for once again reminding people that this is a charity stream for the Trevor Project. And again, if you are able to donate, I would very much appreciate it. See if we can try to bump that up, at least get over the halfway mark. We are we are $23 short of that halfway mark, and I would love to get as close as we can to $500 by the time I wrap up the month-long charity campaign this Friday. So, you never saw the original Cosmos? Yeah, so the new one, the new one is basically an update, low base, of the original. Because a lot of science has advanced in the 40 years. 40? No, he did that in 2014, so 35 years. Thereabouts between the original and the new one. There's some new stuff. There's a lot of new stuff in the updated one. And also it presents differently. So in the original series, it was made for PBS. It was done for public television. So all 13 episodes are presented in like documentary format. There's no commercial breaks. So it's a solid hour each episode. Whereas the new one, the Neil deGrasse Tyson version, that was done for Fox Network. So it was made with commercial breaks in mind. So you have cliffhangers and, commercial cuts to commercial and all that. So the presentation is a bit different, but I mean, there's a reason why the original Cosmos is the most watched science program of all time. Like, it still holds up. Some of the information is very obviously outdated. So when I saw it on DVD, the version I saw, a lot of the episodes had like little addendums at the end of the episode. So Carl Sagan did like what were called Cosmos updates that were just little extra bits tacked on at the end of the episode to let viewers know of new advances or new information that had occurred 10 years after the episode aired. So like in the second episode, which talks about evolution, Sagan was talking about the dinosaurs, and in 1980, he had said that we do not know what killed the dinosaurs, that it remains a mystery. That has been pretty much conclusively proven now that it was a meteor. It wasn't actually accepted really by the scientific community until like a decade or so ago. Like the initial theory that a meteor killed the dinosaurs wasn't even presented until the late 80s, early 90s. All right. I should do another image, shouldn't I? I mean, that's why you're here. Instead of listening to me yak. So the character that Lily was playing was a magic user of some sort, and so we had to use a prop. We used the spellbook as a prop, and I used something suitably worn that had a symbol on the cover. What Lily is holding is my copy of the Silmarillion. because I'm also a colossal Tolkien nerd. But yeah, I've been reading a lot of Sagan. I've been reading a lot of Sagan, and just especially now when misinformation and ignorance is being celebrated and encouraged, there's a comfort to me in just getting back to science. I mean, I've always had an interest in science. I loved astronomy. I still do. Next time I'm in Ithaca, New York, which is from here about 3 hours west, I'm hoping to go to the cemetery where Sagan is buried. Yeah, I am anxious to. I am not at all familiar with the mechanics of Vampire the Masquerade at all. Everything I know about Vampire the Masquerade, I've learned from McKenna. I've never actually played it. I think the closest thing I have played to Vampire the Masquerade is Changeling. Actually, no. That is World of Darkness, the same world and system. I played World of Darkness, my primary, for over a decade. Oh, yeah. The system that I am far and away the most familiar with is D&D. I mean, and that's just as a whole, but specifically 5th edition. Yeah, like I want to read. So I'm reading Cosmos, and then I want to read the follow-up to Cosmos, which was, I think it was the second, either the last book or the second to last book that Sagan published before he died, called Pale Blue Dot. And by the way, I know we've got some people here watching. If you've been watching, thank you so much for spending some of your Tuesday evening with me. I always enjoy the pleasure of your company, whether you're just watching, lurking, watching and lurking, lurking and watching, watching and lurking and lurking and watching. Yeah. Watching, interacting, whatever. I enjoy your company. Lurking and watching it. Yeah, get some extra kazoo out of the deal. These are a few of my favorite things. I like that. Oh, yeah. That is very nice. Nice. A bonus kazoo with every subscriber. And if you act now with this guaranteed limited time offer, in this one-time only mixed bag special, every single record ever recorded, we mail a truck to your house. And if you act now, an ice crusher. I also know I'm going to be shooting some more films soon. I'm hoping I have a friend coming up, hopefully this weekend, for a nice photo day. She was telling me that she's feeling very inspired by me lately, especially with my recent headstone images. And so she's dug out her old Nikon F4, and I've ordered some film. You know, anytime I have an excuse to give money to my favorite toy store in B&H, yes, please. It was also low on film chemistry, so I needed to get some of that anyway. So we have an ad break coming up. I'll give you the photography fact after these messages. After these messages, we'll be right back. Meanwhile, there will be some secret chat. Secret, it's a secret. Okay. That was taken from a song from the game Battle Block Theater. Have you ever played that? It is one of my favorite platformers. It is so absolutely batshit insane. I mean, every game by the Behemoth seemingly is batshit insane. So, some cemeteries and I'm thinking the Rose Garden in Schenectady. So I first played BattleBlock Theater when it was on that old service called Xbox Live on the 360. That old chestnut. Now it's everywhere. I mean, you can get it on Steam. You can pretty much get it on any platform now. But oof, I love that game so much. It has a hilarious story. I mean, if you like insane batshit platformers, I mean, it's not difficult. It's not difficult in the way that it's like the way that Super Meat Boy or Celeste is. It's not particularly punishing. It's just hilarious. The only problem is that with the so like I don't remember if this was true on consoles, but on Steam, you only have one save file, and once you have beaten the game, it's like you cannot erase everything and start it anew. It's kind of like Undertale in that regard. Like it's just the one file. So it's like I kind of want to start the game all over again just to relive that experience, but and as the bot is also reminding me, and also because, you know, I have the emblem down there in the that-away. There it is. The web creative community. It's a community on Discord full of creatives, and I am very glad to be a part of it. I'm starting to make myself more active on there again now that life is settling down, and it's not just photographers. There's a lot of photographers on there, but there's a lot of other creative folks on there. So go get caught in the web. And I just watched a Daddy Longlegs eject another Daddy Longlegs from a cobweb. That was cool. A little mini battle up there. I just watched a spider fight. It's like you've completely understand each system that you have. Okay, yeah. So that's what you would need to do with BattleBlock Theater, because you do not get multiple save files. Because the stuff that you unlock in BattleBlock Theater is tied to the game. It's not. It's tied to the overall game. So it's not like. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm having trouble explaining that. Anyway, how much time do I've got? Oh, I've got like 25 minutes or so. We've got time for a few.
Provided I shut the hell up.
PC, not PC, and Nintendo. Or PC, Valve Switch, and Nintendo Switch. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Although, speaking of video games, when I had my friend here, well, before I get into that story. Since Battle Block Theater does have a co-op version, that could be fun. That could be freaking hilarious, is what it could be. Yes, that could be fun. But before I get into that, since I only have about 20-25 minutes left, this will be last call for donations for tonight. I'm, again, raising money for the Trevor Project. It's an organization that provides resources and counseling for queer youth that are facing fear, hostility, discrimination, lies, just unsafe, hostile environments all around, and they absolutely deserve and need a space, a safe space, to connect to someone who actually cares. So if you are able to, the link's in the chat, please donate. Any amount is, any amount's great. If you're unable to donate, I get it. No shame, no judgment. All I ask is that you share the link. I am closing this campaign this Friday at the end of my Chrono Trigger stream. So I would love to see that number go up a bit more before I call it a campaign. So if you can, thank you so much. Although, you know what game there was a game I was introduced to. I had one of my best friends was up with me this past weekend, and she downloaded a game to my PS5, and I started playing it, and I did not think I was going to enjoy it, but it has sucked me in, and I'm probably going to be finishing it this week, because it's a short game. It's called Stray. It's the cat game. It's the sci-fi cat game. And look it up. It's a beautiful game. Oh, there was a photo fact that the bot reminded me about. So that was just before the last ad break, and I should probably give you that before we have more forced capitalism. Yeah, I've got 8 minutes until the next ad break, so... So let's give you one. Let's give you a photography fact. All right, so here we are. So this concerns a image that everyone has probably seen before. It's entitled The Blue Marble. It was the first photograph that showed the entirety of our planet from space. So taken in December of 1972, the Blue Marble was captured by the crew of Apollo 17 on their way to the moon. The picture was taken a whopping 18,000 miles, approximately 18,000 miles, from the surface of the Earth, and again, first photograph to depict the entirety of our planet from space. The photograph subsequently became one of the most reproduced images in history. It was also inspired and was used by countless activists in the environmental movement. Related, the cameras that went to the moon during those Apollo missions were Hasselblad cameras. But because of weight restrictions, not all the cameras that went on those Apollo missions made it back to Earth. To this day, apparently, up to 12 Hasselblad cameras remain on the moon. There's your photo fact. And yes, Anxious Stray is very adorable. because it's true. I am curious about what condition they're in, though. This is part of DJ Binding House. What's up? Yeah. Like, the medium format camera that I use, it's my Pentax 645N. I bought that used off of eBay for about $800. I would love to get a digital medium format. I'd love to get a medium format DSLR, but brand new, I'm looking at least $5,000 just for the body. Like, the last time I looked, and it was a while ago, if I wanted to get a Pentax 645, if I wanted to get the digital version of that, and just the body, no lenses, I was looking at least $5,000. Suffice it to say, unless someone drops a fuck ton of no strings attached money into my bank account, I ain't getting one in the foreseeable near or far future. Oh, that's interesting. Photography seems like it's only getting, I mean, yes, and I was kind of smacked on the head with that, because for years, and I do mean for years, for as long as I've been buying black and white film, part of the reason why I never bought Kodak film specifically was because it was always the most expensive. You were always paying for brand. When I was looking at film on B&H earlier this week, I was talking to a friend of mine, this photographer, my photographer friend who wants to come visit this weekend. And I asked what kind of film did she typically use. It was usually Kodak Tri-X. I mean, that's the film that you typically get in school. That's the first kind of film I learned. That was what I learned to shoot on. But Kodak was always the most expensive. Now the most expensive film is Ilford. Like, for a 24 exposure roll of Ilford Delta, it's $11 per roll, and Kodak Tri-X is $8. And I went, when did that happen? When did Kodak become the cheaper film? My favorite meme says, teach your kids photography and they'll never have enough money. I love that meme because it's so versatile, because you could change, I mean, for me, you could change teach your kids video games, teach your kids Ren Fair, cosplay, whatever. Yes. But for our purposes, low base, yes, teach your kids photography and they will never have enough money to buy drugs. You are absolutely correct. All right, we have some forced capitalism coming up, so enjoy your ads.
Meanwhile, back to secret chat over here.
It's another installment of Secret Chat. We could whisper sweet nothings here, and no one else will ever know. Teach your kids Yep. Teach your kids board games. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, teach your kids Magic and then have enough money to buy anything else. Teach your kids Magic yeah, it's not even just enough money to buy drugs, it's to buy anything else. Yes. You are all beautiful and wonderful people. And especially in this time of what the fuck is happening today, I think the best thing that we can do is to just keep creating, keep making art. I have kind of made it my goal now to share more and more of especially my queer art photography. I already know the image that is going to be my Patreon print for August. I already know which one it is. Keep sharing art, or sharting, if you will.
Ooh, I don't know about sharding. Ooh.
I already have an autoimmune disease that affects the digestive system. I don't know if I want to shart.
Ooh.
I'm already getting a colonoscopy at the end of the year. I don't know. Shart.
Ew.
Art and community will help, yes. And maybe, I mean, you know, maybe a little violence. It might end up coming to that. Never have so many people so many people simultaneously have been wishing for one person to get a heart attack. All right, I'm going to edit one more, and then I will call it a night, because unfortunately, it is a work night. Which, sad and depressing. So one more. Okay. This one. Oh, that reminds me, Anxious Doe. You reminded me of something. So I don't know how many of you in the chat are familiar with the streaming service Dropout. They do shows like Game Changer, Make Some Noise, Dimension 20, Gastronauts, Parlor Room. It's a service I very much enjoy. But the guy who runs it, the guy who owns it, Sam Reich, he is the host of two shows on Dropout, Game Changer and Make Some Noise. And in Game Changer specifically, when he does the intros of who's going to be on the show, the last thing he does in the intro is, and also me, I've been here the whole time. Some artists on Etsy, selling stuff on Etsy, reached out to Sam Reich to ask for his permission to make some queer-themed merch, using just slightly modifying that last phrase to say, "We've been here the whole time," and they got Sam's blessing. And so right now on their Etsy store, there's a series of stickers, one that is rainbow, one in trans colors, and one I think in non-binary colors. And there's going to be pins and other stuff coming, but I just thought that was so cool. Because the text, "We've been here the whole time," is on them, like, yes, yes. I mean, I also, I really love the shows on Dropout. Dropout is probably the nerdiest and queerest streaming platform I've ever experienced. So much of the content on there is so inclusive, and it's gorgeous. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Okay. Oh yes. That's... Just still thinking about that sharding joke that Low Base made. It's just like, yes, you're sharding. I think you need more fiber in your diet. I mean, I can be laid out with a good shit joke. Toilet humor is the finest, is the most highbrow form of humor, anyway. One of the many things I have in common with Mozart. When shit jokes were the highest form of comedy. Oh. Okay. All right. If anything there or there. Well, I actually do think I might do adjust the brightness just a little. Don't go too crazy on reducing highlight. There we go. That's better. I'll actually, hold on. I think I might be able to pull it up and put it right in the chat. Hold on. Hang on a moment. Let me check my Blue Sky, because I think I shared the link. Yes, there it is. Okay. So it's not official Dropout merch. It is made by an artist who reached out to Dropout to get Sam Reich's blessing, you know, just so that there was nobody running afoul of copyright or anything like that. Alright, we'll do a black and white hue. Because yes. Aren't they just? Just so darling and lovely. I think we'll add a little drop of sepia to this one. For these, the sepia works really well. Just a touch. Right. Well, let's do my recap, because we're gone a little over 2 hours. Doesn't appear we got any donations tonight. That's all right. We still have one more stream before I close it all out. So let's drag up. Okay. Beep. That's a thought. I will see also. Let's try that. But before I do, thank you for the suggestion, low base guy. I'll take a look at that. So these were the ones that I edited from the from that Vampire the Masquerade session. And then the ones from McKenna. So ultimately not a bad backup plan, as it were. Not the one I would have preferred, but there was still stuff to be done. So we started. So from McKenna we had that. And then we had this arrangement. That actually might be my favorite of the night. And then we had this. Thank you both. Thank you both so very much. And then there we are, the last one I worked with. So, all right. Again, thank you so much for your company. Always, always, always enjoy it. I will be, next time you'll see me is right here on Twitch this Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, as I continue my playthrough of Chrono Trigger. It'll be the last charity stream that I do for the month. Hopefully, we can push that number. A bit higher. So let's go to Twitchland. And there's an ad break about to start, so we will raid out after the ad break. So for the last time, enjoy your forced capitalism, then we will mosey on over. And we'll come up with our raid. I just want to see something. So I am actually going to raid another artist, Honeyed Crow. So I am going to do that. So let me just get Honeyed Crow in here. Looks like they're doing some drawing. So we're gonna raid Honeyed Crow. Let's do that. All right, and as always, my friends, as we wind down, again, thank you so much for spending some of your Tuesday evening. I always enjoy the pleasure of your company. Next art stream will, hopefully, if Picardo isn't down, will be there as I go work on the shoot from that I did with my spouse. So we'll make a non-binary grid. So, all right, my friends, until I see you again, stay healthy, stay safe. Love you all. Good night and joy be with you all, everyone. Be well.